Tell the women, how can they prevent breast cancer from happening to them?
Well, that's a good question, but there are different types of breast cancer. So usually a woman might get what we call breast cancer from the BRCA gene, 1 and 2. The BRCA gene is really a protector of the woman from her getting breast cancer. But if the BRCA gene becomes a junk gene, the BRCA 1 or 2 gene can cause a woman to develop breast cancer, which they call triple negative breast cancer from the BRCA gene. That's a different type of cancer. If the cancer is coming from the hormones, meaning that the woman is ER, estrogen receptor breast cancer, or PR, progesterone receptor, or HER, then they have to look at the hormone, because lots of the times a woman eats lots of food that have lots of estrogen, man-made estrogen that is.
What are some of the foods women should stay away from to prevent breast cancer?
As I said before, if the woman is going to create what we call the BRCA gene, the junk BRCA gene, she can get breast cancer from that. So lots of greasy food, lots of fast foods, fried foods. Those are the foods that can cause the BRCA gene, which is a good gene, to turn into a junk gene, whereby cancer can develop there. If the woman is HER or ER and want to prevent these type of cancers, hormonal cancer that is, cheese, eggs, milk, chicken, plastic bowls, plastic cups, chlorinated water, and having good liver health and having good bowel health. Because if you are constipated, you can have what we call recycling estrogen flowing back into the portal vessel, which can cause your estrogen level to rise, causing you to develop what we call ER, estrogen receptor breast cancer, or even fibroids, or ovarian cysts, or polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS. And those are the foods that is what we call an enemy to all women, because they're full of hormones. So to prevent hormonal breast cancer, which is on the rise, it is very imperative that women look at the foods that is loaded with these hormones and keep them away from the diet.
You always say women should tone down on eating chicken, especially imported chicken. Why is that so?
Because lots of the chicken today that is imported is full of hormones, full of antibiotics, full of pesticide, full of herbicide. And they feed these chickens that is imported over 1 million pounds of these hormones every year. And that's taxed up against a woman. The local chicken also can be dangerous if the person who is rearing this chicken is feeding them the feed that have lots of chemicals. So you might say local chicken, oh, I eat local chicken, yeah. But the person who is rearing those chicken is feeding these chicken the same feeds that are imported, you see? And then the chicken become very big fast. And once that chicken become very big fast, it can cause you, the woman, or the child, to develop breast faster, number one, and also cause you, the woman, to get what we call or have estrogen dominance, which can cause PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroids, ovarian cysts, and all kind of troubles in the uterus and in the ovaries. So it is best to rear your own chicken, or look for the chicken who is eaten on the ground, and then you can purge them. And what we used to do long ago was to run the chicken down, and because the chicken eat the bread, and then we put it in a pen and we purge it. And once we purge that chicken, the chicken become a little more cleaner, and then we could eat that chicken then. But that's not how it is now in these times, because lots of people are bringing in imported chicken, but they are also rearing local chicken, but also feeding this chicken the feed that is full of the chemicals also. So even though it's local, it can be dangerous also. It's according to what they're feeding your chicken. So always ask the local person who is rearing chickens what feed they were giving to the chicken, so you could know if to buy the chicken or not. Otherwise, you'll become what we call a statistic of what? Breast cancer long term. You know for a fact that children who have an early period can also are more prone to getting breast cancer also. And we know for a fact also that bra straps, a woman who wear bras in the house on a regular basis, it could stop circulation and cause breast cancer to develop also.
When we ask the farmers what do they feed their chicken, what is the answer we should look for?
Bread, because that's what you cut the bread up and feed the chicken. If you don't like the answer that the farmer gives you, you can ask the farmer to go to his farm and see what he is feeding his chicken. And then you will know definitely if he is, because some farmers lie a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So it's imperative that you ask the farmer to go to his farm and look and see what he's feeding his chicken. If he's feeding the chicken bread, that's wonderful. You can eat those. If he's feeding the chicken the feeds, then you know for a fact you might be more prone of getting breast cancer and other growth in the uterus.
Because the feed comes with
chemicals, hormones, pesticide, herbicide, estrogen. And that is why we are losing lots of our women to breast cancer long term.
Okay, so chicken is a major factor.
Yeah.
Especially the ones they feed.
Important ones. Yeah. Those estrogen that is man-made, it stacks up against a woman. And then it gets into the woman's receptors and do not do the exact thing that the natural estrogen does. So she developed breast cancer from that. ER, estrogen receptor breast cancer. Then you have DCIS, breast cancer. Ductal carcinoma in situ breast cancer. So it's according to the cancer that you have, we have to look at the treatment for different types of cancer. So if you are HER or ER breast cancer, meaning that it is hormonal, then we have to go to the endocrine glands, like the pituitary, and normalize the function of the luteinizing hormone and the follicle stimulating hormone, whereby the woman can normalize both her estrogen and progesterone and work on the liver, so that the liver could turn or manufacture or break down the woman's estrone into estriol, which is the least effective estrogen that will prevent the woman from getting breast cancer. So that is what we try to teach our women. Prevention, but if you do have it, it's according to the type of breast cancer that you have. Treatment will be totally different.